Right, what's going on, people? So we're gonna do some prediction because it is that time of the year where the season is about to start. So I'm gonna give you my opinions on how I think the league table is gonna be. Now, some of you might actually think that I'm crazy because where I'm gonna put Chelsea, no one has predicted that because people are thinking Chelsea is the shit that, they won't even end up gonna get relegated. Yeah, some of you think that because it's easy to shit on Chelsea because, you get views, clickbait. The media likes to talk shit about Chelsea. It's one of the hated clubs, and I get it. That's fine. But it is my club. But I'm still going to give you what I think. And I'm going to be, a bit deluded, but it's fine. We'll go with it. Now, no one actually cares about the 10th and the 11th and the 12th up until like the 16th. So we're going to talk about the bottom three, the teams that I think are going to be relegated. And then we'll go into the T, which is like, I'm going to give you the top 8 because I was going to do the top 6. But then I realized the Premier League is so competitive that you have about 8-9 teams that are probably going to be competing for top 4. And that's a fact. You got teams like Aston Villa, Newcastle, Tottenham, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City. These teams are capable and they might actually surprise you when they're all competing for top 4, right? So we're going to do the top 8 just so I can put all these teams in the, same bracket, right? So let's go with the relegated zone. I'm going Southampton, Ipswich Town, and then Leicester City. Now, with Ipswich Town, I'm not sure if they actually bought so many players. I know they have Omar Atkinson, which they're going to rely on him when it comes to goals and assists. So I don't think he's going to cut it as much as they might expect him to. And then with the Leicester City, they lost their coach. They lost Iheanacho. They lost Jules Priho to us. So, and Jamie Vardy as well is getting old, so I don't think they're going to cut it as well. And the coach that they have Steve Cooper, he plays negative football. And so they might have to change the way that they played with Maresca to this Steve Cooper, which I didn't understand why they had to hire Steve Cooper because he plays totally different football from what Maresca was doing with the team, Anyway, it's their business. And then Southampton, I don't know anything about Southampton, but from what I'm just guessing in my head, they will get relegated. Now, don't be surprised if teams like Everton and maybe Wolves, maybe not Wolves, maybe Everton and like Nottingham Forest end up getting relegated as well because, last season they were just about there. Now, let's go into the top 8. Now, on 8th position, I have Aston Villa. The reason why I put them there is because they got Champions League football and they lost players like Diaby, they lost Douglas Luiz. No, these were the key they were like a key part to the team of last season. Now I know they do have some new players coming and then obviously they have a good coach, but also having a Champions League football is going to strain them 2 games a week, sometimes even maybe, two games a week. Might end up being maybe too many games for them. I don't know how much depth they have. And it's not even like they play Champions League each and every season. So even last season, they end up being in the top 4 because Tottenham was shit at the back end of last season. They almost missed on even the top 5. So I got 8th Aston Villa. Then I got Newcastle. Now, I can't back this one up why I put Newcastle on 7th. But I think they're going to be just about that area, 6, 7. And then on the 6th, I got Tottenham. The reason why I put Tottenham on 6th is because I know they did a bit of business in Solanke, but apart from that, who did they buy? They didn't buy anyone. That's like, to improve their depth. And I know that players like Emerson and I think Hoiberg, I'm not so sure, but they have players that will left the club as well. And I'm not sure actually if they replace those players. So depth is going to play a big part in their season as well. And I think they're in Europa League as well. So again, they're going to have about 2 games a week with no depth. So that's going to strain them a lot. So I got Tottenham on 6th. Now United, I got them on 5th. Now, I know they bought players like Delete, Mazraoui, Yoro, who's unfortunately injured, Zanki, and I think they might even end up getting Ugarte. But these players, right, they're not game changers. They are backup players. I was talking to a United fan. They were saying that De Ligt is going to be like a third option because, you got Euro though when he's back and you got Martinez. So again, Mazraoui is not really that guy. Like, it's not going to be like a game changer kind of player. So I got them on 6th. And then on 4th, I got them in 5th. And then on 4th, I got Liverpool. Now with Liverpool, again, we go back. They haven't done much business as of lately. The player that they wanted, Zubimendi, refused to come to them. Now, with Liverpool as well, look at their key players. You've got Mohamed Salah, you've got Virgil van Dijk, and you've got Alisson, their goalkeeper, right? These players are good players, but they're getting old. Now, how much can they play week in, week out and actually give you the same result? Because, the Premier League is much more physical and, you're playing in the Champions League as well. So you got to put that into consideration. So yes, they might have a depth as compared to teams like the United and Tottenham, but how good are their depth as well? So I think they're going to be on 4th. Now 3rd, we got Chelsea. Yeah, I know, you thinking I'm crazy, right? Because I put Chelsea on 3rd. But here's the thing though. A lot of people that talks about Chelsea don't actually sit down to watch the game when they play. Now, I know in the preseason, we were losing so many games. But I can tell you this. From the time we started the preseason, right? We played Wrexham up until to the time we played Inter Milan. We are getting much. We were getting much better. And I think, listen, we were losing. But we were still like kind of like the better teams in terms of like keeping the ball. Obviously, we were creating chances, but we're not finishing them, which is why I'm thinking we're going to buy a striker, whether it's going to be Osimhen or I don't know which striker they're going to end up bringing, but I still think Osimhen will come. So I got Chelsea on 3rd. Again, we got to remember this. We got players like Pedro Neto. These are game changers players if they're fit. So we got to keep our players fit. But I think we're good in terms of squad. Actually, we have a lot of, players. And remember, Lavia is coming back as well. So we're going to be good. We're going to be good. So I'm putting myself or my team in 3rd position. Yeah, I know that's crazy, but wait and see. Now, on 2nd, I'm going to put Arsenal. Now, people are thinking it's their year and blah, 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 blah. Again, they haven't actually done business because if you want to compete for the title, you need to have a striker like Haaland. I know Gabriel Jesus, Trossard, Havertz can bring you goals here and there, but that's not sustainable, especially if you also play in the Champions League, right? This is why I'm putting them on 6th, and I just don't think they have what it takes to win the league as of lately. So yeah, I'm putting them on 2nd position. And 1st, again, Man City. I think they're gonna win. I mean, yes, people think, because they've lost Alvarez and blah, blah, blah. I think they'll win. I think this will come down to the coach and the depth. I think Pep Guardiola has what it takes to do it again. And I think the Man City players, as much as the De Bruyne's, they're getting old, I think that's what actually going to make them win because they have what it takes to win. They know what it's like to win. So, and when it comes to depth as well, City have got players. And they have the best striker in the world right now. I don't rate him, but he's the best in terms of bringing goals. So I have City on 1st. So one more round. City 1st, Arsenal 2nd, 3rd Chelsea, Liverpool on 4th, United on 5th, Tottenham on 6th, 7th Newcastle, and 8th Aston Villa. Like I said, no one cares about the 18-12. No one cares about where Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, Wolves. No one cares about where they finish. So we're not going to talk about them today. Maybe in a different video, but today we're done. We're done. If you think I'm crazy for what I just said, put it in your comments and I'll reply them. But this is what I think is going to happen.